1968, a year when rock music was bursting at the seams with creativity. Psychedelia, blues, folk, and hard rock, all colliding in the most exciting ways. We all remember the big hits that ruled the airwaves, but what about the ones that slipped through the cracks?
Let me take you, baby, down to the river bed.
In this video, we're dusting off the vinyl and revisiting 10 underrated rock songs from 1968. The kind of tracks that should have been massive, but for one reason or another, didn't get the spotlight they deserved. So sit back, relax, and let's take a heartfelt journey through some forgotten gems that might just bring back a memory or two, and maybe even a goosebump.
I can't promise that I'll find a way with you.
In a white room with black curtains.
White Room by Cream is a swirling, psychedelic rock classic from 1968.
You said no strings could secure you at the station.
Known for its haunting melody, poetic lyrics, and that unforgettable wah-wah guitar riff by Eric Clapton.
That one ticket, restless diesel.
Cream, made up of Clapton, Jack Bruce, and Ginger Baker, was one of rock's first supergroups, blending blues, jazz, and hard rock into something revolutionary. Though the song hit number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100, it never fully broke into the mainstream like some contemporaries. Its surreal lyrics and moody structure weren't made for easy radio play, but that's also what makes it timeless. White Room remains a vivid snapshot of late 60s rock, pushing artistic boundaries.
Can I buy your magic bus? Magic bus. Every day I get you. Magic bus.
Magic Bus by The Who is a rhythmic, hypnotic ride from 1968 that showcases the band's raw energy and signature call and response style.
I just sit and smile. Magic bus. House is only another mile.
With its driving beat and Keith Moon's wild drumming, it became a fan favorite, even if it never cracked the top 20 in the US charts. Roger Daltrey, Pete Townsend, John Entwistle, and Keith Moon were known for pushing rock's limits with explosive live shows and concept albums.
Be an inspector, have no fear.
Magic Bus wasn't a massive chart hit, likely because of its repetitive structure and loose, jam-like feel, more suited for the stage than the radio. It later became a live staple, often stretched out into long, wild performances that showcase the band's chaotic brilliance.
Can I buy your magic bus?
Do It Again by the Beach Boys is a sun-soaked slice of nostalgia released in 1968 as the band looked back on their early surf sound.
All the faces we've missed, so let's get back together.
With its catchy Let's Do It Again chorus and pounding drum intro, it was both a nod to their past and a subtle farewell to it. Though it hit number 20 on the US charts, it soared to number 1 in the UK, proving the band's global appeal. At a time when psychedelic rock was dominating, the song's retro vibe felt out of step with the musical trends in America. Perhaps why it didn't become a bigger stateside hit. It became one of the last Beach Boys singles to feature their classic vocal blend before their sound took a more experimental turn. Hurdy-Gurdy Man by Donovan is a mystical, droning slice of psychedelic folk rock released in 1968.
Thrown like a star in my vast sleep, I open my eyes to take a peek.
With its hypnotic guitar fuzz, chant-like vocals, and cryptic lyrics, it marked a darker, more electric turn for the Scottish singer-songwriter known for earlier lighter hits like Mellow Yellow. The song reached number 5 in the US and number 4 in the UK, making it one of Donovan's biggest chart successes, even if it's not as widely remembered today. Its edgy sound was a bit ahead of its time, blending Eastern influences, surrealism, and early hard rock elements that puzzled radio formats. Donovan had originally written the song for Jimi Hendrix, but ended up recording it himself when Hendrix didn't respond in time. The result? A track that quietly helped lay the groundwork for psychedelic and even early metal.
Singing songs of love. Then when the hurdy-gurdy man
Let me take you, baby, down to the river bed.
I Got a Line on You by Spirit is a tight, punchy blast of late 60s rock energy released in 1968. Clocking in at just under 3 minutes, it's one of those songs that grabs you right away with Randy California's gritty guitar riff, infectious rhythm, and a soaring chorus that sticks with you. Spirit was a talented genre-blending band from Los Angeles that mixed rock, jazz, and psychedelia. While the song reached number 25 on the US charts, it never became a major mainstream hit, perhaps overshadowed by heavier bands of the time, or simply ahead of its time in how it blended styles. I Got a Line on You remains Spirit's most recognizable hit and a gem from the golden age of rock.
The pleasures of the journey to the center of the mind.
Journey to the Center of the Mind by the Amboy Dukes is a mind-bending blast of psychedelic rock, released in 1968.
The time to journey to the center of
With its swirling guitars, pounding drums, and spacey lyrics, the song captured the spirit of a generation exploring consciousness, rebellion, and sonic adventure. It was the band's breakout hit, reaching number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100. The Amboy Dukes were led by a young Ted Nugent, whose blistering guitar work gave the track its hard edge. Ironically, Nugent, famously anti-drug, didn't write the lyrics, which were penned by singer Steve Farmer and are widely seen as a psychedelic ode to inner exploration. Journey to the Center of the Mind stands today as one of the most iconic, if underrated, snapshots of the psychedelic rock era.
Take the time to journey to the center of the mind.
on the road again. I'm on the road again.
On the Road Again by Canned Heat is a hypnotic, bluesy anthem released in 1968 that became the band's breakout hit.
But I ain't going down that long old lonesome road.
With its droning harmonica, steady boogie rhythm, and Bob the Bear Heights' high-pitched vocals, it captured the restless spirit of the era's counterculture.
Dear mother left me when I was quite young. When I was quite young.
The song climbed to number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it one of Canned Heat's biggest hits. Rooted in Delta blues but electrified for a new generation, the band brought vintage blues to the Woodstock generation with a raw, trance-like energy.
Not even know a place to go. And my dear,
It wasn't quite mainstream pop, but its distinctive sound made it a staple on FM radio and in the underground scene.
first time I traveled out in the rain and snow.
On the Road Again remains a timeless road trip favorite and a symbol of musical freedom.
I can't carry you, baby, gonna carry somebody else.
What I'm gonna do, Lord, there ain't no cure for the summertime blues.
Summertime Blues by Blue Cheer is a thunderous, no-holds-barred cover of Eddie Cochran's 1958 classic, released in 1968.
Oh, well, my mom and papa told me, son, you gotta make some money. Times I wonder what I'm gonna do, but there ain't no cure for the summertime blues.
While the original had a rockabilly swing, Blue Cheer cranked up the volume in distortion, turning it into one of the earliest examples of heavy metal.
Well, if you wanna use a car to go right next Sunday.
With its pounding drums, roaring guitar, and raw vocals, the track captured the rebellious heart of late 60s youth. Their version reached number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100, giving the San Francisco power trio their biggest hit. Still, it never reached lasting mainstream fame, likely because it was too loud and too heavy for commercial radio at the time. Many music historians credit Blue Cheer's Summertime Blues as one of the first true heavy metal recordings, predating Black Sabbath by over a year.
But I'd like to get to know you. Yes, I would. But I'd like to get to know you. Yes, I'd like to get to know you.
Like to Get to Know You by Spanky and Our Gang is a smooth, sophisticated slice of sunshine pop, released in 1968.
Yes, I would. But I'd like to get to know you.
With lush harmonies, jazzy orchestration, and an easygoing charm, the song captured a gentler side of the late 60s sound.
To get to know, hardly need to say she went on her way.
It reached number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100, showcasing the group's unique blend of folk pop with a hint of Broadway flair. Led by Elaine Spanky McFarlane, the group stood out with their polished vocal work and thoughtful arrangements, offering a contrast to the louder, edgier rock dominating the charts at the time. The song wasn't quite rebellious enough for the counterculture, nor bubblegum enough for pop radio, which may explain why it faded over time. Spanky and Our Gang were often compared to the Mamas and the Papas, but had their own signature sound.
Yes, I'd like to get to know you.
And there you have it, 10 hidden gems from 1968 that deserve so much more love than they got. Maybe you remember a few, maybe you just discovered a new favorite. Either way, these songs are part of the rich, textured fabric of a time when music wasn't just background noise, it was everything. If you enjoyed this little trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a fellow music lover. And let me know in the comments, what underrated track from '68 do you think the world missed? Until next time, keep the turntable spinning and the good vibes flowing.